Welcome to our podcast on what higher education can learn from other industries about marketing and branding. My name is Kelly Glendenning, and I am an account director here at Vision Point Marketing, hosting Rock Enroll today, joined by my colleague, Sarah Mullins, who is on our strategy team. Sarah, so excited to have you on today.
Thanks, Kelly. I am really excited to talk about this topic. Like Kelly said, I'm a marketing strategist here at Vision Point, and I used to be on the higher ed side before I came to Vision Point. I was at the University of Cincinnati for 5 years, so have the best of both worlds, both agency and on the higher ed side. So I'm really excited to dig into this topic today.
And Sarah, I love seeing just kind of, as we have conversations internally, we share a lot of knowledge and information, and you always come to us with really great tidbits. And I'm just really glad now that we kind of get to talk all about it and we can share this information and the really cool insights and just findings that you see from the world around us and what we can do to bring it into higher education. So I'm excited to hear your input today. And just to get started here, let's focus on audiences and why they are more than just demographics. And we can kind of go beyond the stereotypical breakdown of these audiences. But can you start by explaining what you mean when you say that audiences are more than demographics in a marketing sense?
Sure, I'd love to. This is something that has really stuck with me through my career, and just especially now that I'm here at Vision Point and working on more brand projects, because, when we talk about audiences being more than demographics, we mean that understanding your audiences really goes beyond just your age, your gender, where you live, how much money you make. It involves understanding behaviors, your interests, your motivations, what you value. For instance, two people of the same age and the same gender can have vastly different interests and lifestyles. So, this deeper understanding really helps us create more personalized, more effective marketing strategies. And I really like to say that targeting and audiences are just about reaching somebody's priorities. So I'd argue that almost everyone cares about safety when they're looking for a new car. But people that place higher priority on safety, they might choose a Volvo. Those that don't, they might choose a Jeep because they prioritize adventure and they prioritize risk.
I am a Jeep owner. It's something I kind of relate to, and it's funny. I think I am a pretty risk averse person, but I bought my Jeep in my 20s, and so for me, I was not in the Volvo mindset, and I was very much in the Jeep mindset, and it just shows also I think about how we can evolve, in our audiences and demographics as well. Now, do I also want to shift now here to the data dilemma in higher education? And you've mentioned previously, I know I talked about how we hear a lot from you, just tidbits internally, and it's always just so appreciated. But mentioning that higher education struggles with data. Can you elaborate on this and maybe compare it, because the theme of today really is what higher education can learn from other industries, but can you compare it to some other industries and how they use consumer data and maybe what higher ed is missing or opportunities that can be applied?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in higher ed, we often rely on that demographic data, things like age, race, location. But we know that other industries like retail, they track extremely, extremely detailed consumer behaviors. You think about grocery stores or consumer packaged goods, things like food or paper towels. They leverage grocery store data. So when you go to the grocery store, you give them your shopper card or you type in your phone number, they're essentially tracking you. They track what time you're shopping. They track where you shop for items, what you buy, how much you buy, are you a bulk buyer, and even if you have kids based on the items that you're purchasing. So that level of data allows them to send personalized offers and recommendations directly to you. So I am Sarah. I go to Costco. I buy Bounty paper towels, and I usually buy them in bulk on a Sunday afternoon. They know that about you. And I did want to point out a survey that 91% of consumers are more likely to shop with brands that remember them and send them relevant offers. So me as Sarah that buys Pounding paper towels at Costco, I appreciate that you know that about me and you're giving me offers because ultimately I'm going to continue buying those paper towels at Costco because you're sending me those coupons. And for businesses, that means that personalization is not an option. It's really essential because there are a lot of paper towel brands out there. There's a lot of different consumer goods that you have to choose from. And so it's essential that they stay up on top of that. I think Zillow is another example. They send you links to houses that are really similar to houses that you've looked at before that are on the market. So they're constantly remembering what you've looked at. You've looked at a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in Cincinnati, Ohio, constantly in this one specific neighborhood. They're going to continually send you those because they know that about you. I think higher ed institutions, they really don't have access to behavioral data